Hey y'all, welcome to Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. I was just looking at the calendar and today's a very special day. It happens to be Lana Day. To celebrate Lana Day, I'm going to review her Basic Series 109 brand new release I just got from Ringside Collectibles. Now remember to hit subscribe and like, because this weekend I have some special content to review. Needless to say, let's dive into the figures. So this might be another figure that you might find this random to say this about, but I already have sentimental feelings toward these figures. The reasoning is a couple years ago when I got back into the WWE, started following wrestling again, and I really picked up my interest in the women's division, this is what Lana wore, and this is the first time that her wrestling attire is depicted in the Mattel line. On top of that, back at that time, my daughter fell in love with Lana. I mean, her entrance song was on repeat in my car day after day. So these are special to me, and I'm excited to get a closer look. So, this being a basic figure, I once again prefer opening her for display. The left one in the red attire is the regular release, and the one on the right in the blue is a chase variant. So let's get a closer look. The blue attire here is worn on the August 7th, 2018 edition of SmackDown Live, where she went up against Zelina Vega in a losing effort. The red attire was worn on the SummerSlam 2018 kickoff show, where her and Rusev lost to Andrade and Zelina. Now, both were worn at some point in the 2018's Mixed Match Challenge, and she also wore it occasionally on TV whenever she wrestled singles matches. Holy smokes, y'all, they finally did it. After years of face scans that ranged from bad to overall horrific, they did a great job on this one, and this is as good as a Lana face scan has been. It's such a huge improvement from previous scans that I'll take it. But I also love how they included her high ponytail as signature length of that blonde hair. Now in this figure she is wearing her red bodysuit wrestling attire with nice intricate designs painted on with blue and silver. It's a very clean paint application and works. Now something I've noticed on a lot of these recent basics, we've seen it in Carmella and also Becky Lynch, is this molded piece between the chest. Literally, that's the only molding going on in the upper body. The rest of her attire is just painted on. But honestly, they've done such a clean application of the paint that it's not even noticeable and it works tremendously. My biggest concern is they're going to overuse that mold, and in the future there's going to be some women figures released that it's just not going to look right. Now I also like the detail of the arm sleeves. Those are both painted on very cleanly as well. And the biggest thing, y'all, is that belly button. They fixed it. There's no indentation whatsoever, really showing that she has a piece of clothing on top of that belly button. So as you can see, it's not the superficial cave, it's not the dimple cave, it's just regular and goes over smoothly. So it really does give the appearance that she's wearing this one-piece wrestling attire. Super cool. So going down to her lower body, she's wearing red knee pads, red kick pads with the black boots underneath, which is a nice little detail. And then this blue has a painted on design and also says Ravishing. The color's so vibrant it's actually playing tricks, but let me try to get y'all a good look. As you can see, it says Ravishing down each kick pad and looks pretty cool. Other than that, that's all the details on the red, so let's head over and look at the blue chase. So the face scan on this blue chase variant is exactly the same, and it's a great one, so there's no need to cover it. Let's dive into the attire. As you can see, it's a solid light blue base color, which looks good, with black details and a little bit of silver accenting there. Now the main difference between this and the red paint is her midsection. If you can see, there's little black dots along with a off black base color, kind of signifying a mesh type pattern that gives the appearance that it's see-through to her skin, which is very accurate and looks great. I also like the detail of the arm sleeves once again, that are cleanly painted on. So going down to her lower half, she has those blue knee pads and also the blue kick pads, with the black boots visible underneath. And looking closely, it's kind of hard to see again, but Ravishing is written down each kick pad, this time in silver, so it really pops nicely. So here's one last look of both of them out of their box, standing on display. They look great. Now as far as availability goes, the red painted Lana is currently on Ringside Collectibles for $16.99. The blue one's not available, but stay tuned to their website and maybe they'll get new stock in soon. As far as my eBay report goes, I couldn't find them listed on eBay, but when they start popping up, I expect it to go around $20 or so. But if you're a patient person and you want to wait, she should be pretty easy to find considering basics are generally easier to find. So overall, I give Basic Series 109, Lana in the red, a score of an 8 out of 10, and the Lana in the blue, the Chase variant, a score of an 8.5 out of 10. I mean, this is the best Lana figure out there, folks. And honestly, the face scan is just spot on, and I'm so happy they finally did it. So if you're a fan of Lana or the women's division, I'd get online to try to get her now. Thanks for stopping by Lumberjillville. Women's wrestling lives here. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to support women's wrestling, and let's show the world how badass these women are. Now I have a special surprise for y'all this weekend. It'll be the first ever edition of the Lumberjillville Figure Eviction Notice, where we take the worst of women's wrestling figures and we evict them out of Lumberjillville. Now the first one I'm going to be covering has to do with Lana, which is why I presented it today. I'll give you a real quick glimpse. It's Lana, Basic Series 64. Look at this thing.